Reasons why are complex and urgent.
There is, in case you hadn't noticed, a plan to reduce the world's population by 9/10.
Think what that represents. That's billions of people.
Bertrand Russell said that a long time ago in his book, where he said that a virus should go around the world at least once every 10 years to kill enough people so that people could procreate. And he said we should have them die a horrible death. And he said that shouldn't bother anybody, especially those of us who are not going to be affected by this.
So it's a plan that will allow many people to die to reduce world population.
The aim of the depopulation plan is to gain control of the world, set up a world government, and lead us via the horrors of net zero into the wilderness of the Great Reset.
And they're doing it in many, many ways.
And one of the many ways they seek to advance their depopulation agenda is through an evil plan to vaccinate the entire world.
Vaccines in general are meant to kill. They are not safe, they are not effective, they do not work. They don't work at all.
The vaccines that Pfizer give out, I did say the vaccines were tested. They were tested to be sure they would harm. And his vision is the annihilation of billions of people in what they call population management.
The Pfizer vaccine is contaminated with plasmid DNA. It's not just mRNA. It's got bits of DNA in it. This DNA is the DNA vector that was used as the template for the in vitro transcription reaction when they made the mRNA. So this DNA could be causing some of the rare but serious side effects like death from cardiac arrest. So there's a lot of cases now of people having suspicious death after vaccine. This DNA can and likely will integrate into the genomic DNA of cells that got transfected with the vaccine mix. This is just the way it works. We do this in the lab all the time. We take pieces of DNA, we mix them up with a lipid complex like the Pfizer vaccine is in. We pour it onto cells, and a lot of it gets into the cells, and a lot of it gets into the DNA of those cells. So that's why I'm kind of alarmed about this DNA being in the vaccine. It's different from RNA because it can be permanent. And it could cause a sustained autoimmune attack toward that tissue. It's also a very real theoretical risk of future cancer in some people. Depending on where in the genome this foreign piece of DNA lands, it can interrupt a tumor suppressor or activate an oncogene.
40 minutes after I took that shot, I felt like I was on fire inside.
Like fire from within.
Like my skin was on fire from head down to my toes.
Kind of if somebody's pricking you with little knives all over your body at the same time.
My knees started buckling.
I couldn't stand up. I fell to the ground and I went unresponsive.
I was on the floor convulsing.
Within 3 hours, I was in the hospital. My left side just drooped.
You could see my whole left side of my face would droop. I still can't smile.
And then I started having a seizure.
Have you ever had seizures before?
No, I'm previously healthy.
My blood sugar was over 1,400. My organs were failing. They told my husband I wasn't going to make it. You know, they were like, how long has she been diabetic? And he's like, never. Like, she's not a diabetic.
My throat is tingling and I'm covered in hives. She says we can't give her intravenous Benadryl. We can't give her intravenous steroids because it will stop the vaccine from working.
It was never intended to cure, not to see whether it will protect. It was never intended to protect. From the very beginning of its idea, it was intended to kill.
The fact is, these are life-shortening injections. Everyone who gets shot after shot after shot of these COVID shots is shortening their life with each and single injection. These are the most toxic medical agents put into human beings in history because this shot was designed to cross into the ovary barrier. This shot was designed to cross into the brain barrier. This shot was designed to go everywhere. And that's why people are dying in such strange circumstances, unexplained circumstances, but the numbers are horrific.
I knew they were killing people.
I knew they were killing people in the hospital. I would cry myself to sleep at night, even thinking about giving my speech today. Sorry. There was so much death. It was almost unbearable. Hospitals became the place where people go to die instead of the place where people go to get better. They separated newborns from their moms. They let people die alone without being able to say goodbye. They drugged them and they strapped them down, and people died without being able to say goodbye to their family. Some of them just got a phone call, and that had never happened before the COVID protocol rolled out in 2020. So yeah, when they say they killed people, I agree with them.
Is the population going to get so big that feeding everybody and maintaining the environment is going to be impossible? Here we can see a chart that looks at the total world population over the last several hundred years. And at first glance, this is a bit scary. We go from less than 1 billion in 1800, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.4 billion where we are today is happening even faster. So Melinda and I wondered whether providing new medicines and keeping children alive, would that create more of a population problem? What we found out is that as health improves, families choose to have less children. And this effect is very, very dramatic. We find that in every country of the world, this is repeated. The population growth goes down as we improve health. So we've taken that chart that shows the global population growth, and we've actually extended it out all the way to 2100.
Right? Yes. Population goes down. The healthier people are, the less prone to having children they are. What a foolish idea, you know. But you know, he says it, and then those who are just listening, they go, yes, yes. They don't have to think. He was thinking for them. He was thinking for them. Go ahead.
7.4 billion where we are today is happening even faster. So Melinda and I wondered whether providing new medicines and keeping children alive, would that create more of a population problem? What we found out is that as health improves, families choose to have less children. And this effect is very, very dramatic. We find that in every country of the world, this is repeated. The population growth goes down as we improve health. So we've taken that chart that shows the global population growth, and we've actually extended it out all the way to 2100. And we can see that instead of continuing, it actually flattens out. Another way to see that is through this rate of population growth. And you can see that in the 60s, that reached a pretty high number, over 2% per year, and it's now come way, way down. Now, 11 billion people, still a lot, but the good news is that the faster we improve health, the faster family size goes down.
So here's the problem. He's a proponent of population reduction through infertility or mass killings. And so I'm asking you, somebody who says the world population needs to be brought closer to zero, reduced by the billions around the world. If he's producing vaccines, you want to use them? Come on.
Behind the smiling faces of these philanthropic organizations lies a deception that has led nations to blindly embrace these so-called vaccines. And now, more than ever before, the evidence is clear. There has been an alarming reduction in global population.
South Korea went from a miracle economy to the world's most extreme case of population decline. For several years running, it has recorded the lowest total fertility rate on the planet. The latest figure was a shocking 0.72. That's not just below replacement level, it's less than a third of it. In Greece, the tourism industry is booming. The population is not. The country is facing a demographic storm created by two distinct events. First, a very low fertility rate, which has hovered around 1.3 to 1.4 for years. Serbia has been shrinking for decades. This exodus combines with a chronically low fertility rate. Fewer young people means fewer births and a smaller workforce to build the economy.
He says, because of the medicines they are giving them, the people are healthier and they are producing less children. The truth of the matter is, he's giving them drugs that are making them infertile.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.